Here's the mount that I'll be installing. It's really good, looks to be really good quality, and it allows you to take your screen, which is normally facing parallel to the dashboard, and move it 15 degrees either way, I think. And it's got a new little cover here that allows for that movement, and it's like a synthetic leather as well, just like the seats. So it should fit in quite well. Um, the quality of the product looks really good, and it's 249 US dollars. So I think I'm going to add that to cart and get one of those, and we'll go from there. What is this? Oh, you know what this is? Holy smokes! This is the new screen mount from Hansshow for the car. So look at this new mount. This is really nice. And this is going to allow the center screen in the Model 3 to tilt, I think 15 degrees one way or the other instead of being fixed like it is. So we've got some basic instructions there. And there's the mount. And then what's this? Hold on. This is the leather shroud that goes around that allows the, so you don't see any of the mount once it's mounted. So this is really exciting. I don't think I've seen anybody install this yet from Hansshow. I'm going to make the video as soon as I can so that I get the video up before anybody else. Right on. Okay, cool. Today I plan to install, hopefully with success, the swiveling kit for my Tesla Model 3 screen, and that'll allow us to move the screen left and right. So I'm excited. I'm just going to pull it out of the box here and see if I can't get it to work. And I'll let you know how long it takes to do the install, and hopefully you guys can follow along with me. Okay, so here we are in the car, and this is sort of the before image, I guess. This monitor obviously doesn't move. They're fixed in place in the Tesla Model 3. So I've got this mount now from Hansshow. I'm going to take the monitor off, mount this in, and then that should give us the ability to move the screen left or right 30 degrees. So let me just get prepared. I think I have all the tools. I've got some instructions, and we'll get going. So step one, they tell you just to turn the power off to the car. And so I've done this before. You go in, I think you go into safety and security and just say power off. And this takes some time. And I believe you can't sit in the driver's seat once you've got it initiated, or else it just comes back on. So I'm going to get out. So the next step is we have to pull that door off right there. You can see you can stick a small screwdriver, or some guys are using a penny to stick in that slot. I'm going to try to use something that I don't mar up the plastics too much. And then you can see that round hole in the bottom. That is the sensor, the temperature sensor for the cabin that we are going to remount in the Hansshow fabric shroud that goes around once we've got the mount in. Okay, so we'll do that too. Okay, I managed to pop off the cover. It was difficult. I did end up marring it up a bit because I stuck a screwdriver in there. It doesn't come off easy. You kind of pull it down, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out, this clip, and then I'm going to pull out the sensor. So yeah, I mean, if I leave this kit on, which I probably will, you don't reuse this housing anyway, and you won't end up using this. But regardless, you want to keep these panels looking good as possible. Anyway, I'll move on to the next step. All right, I got the sensor out. There's the panel, and there's the sensor cable. So we're good there. So we're going to move on to the next step, which is there's two 10mm bolts up there. There they are. We're going to take those off now. Okay, those two bolts came out very easily, and you can see these are proprietary bolts. They have a special purpose. So we're going to reuse these on the installation when we put the screen back on. But right now the screen is just sitting there, and I'm getting ready to wiggle it out. You can see I put down just a car blanket here just so that I don't scratch anything up. So let me do that next. All right, that was successful. So yeah, it just kind of slides back, and I just kind of wiggled it back and forth until it came out. You can see the cabling that's here. It's got a nice Tessa tape. This is so that, you know, when things rattle around in there, they don't bang against each other and make noise. So anything I like to, whenever I'm working on this stuff, I'll always Tessa tape whatever I see, so that I make sure that, you know, I'm doing the same thing as Tesla did. Anyway, so next thing is we've got to take off, we want to get this cable out. So to do that, it's really hard to do it without taking off this shroud first. So there's two little Torx heads, one on each side, and we'll take off each one of those, and that should allow this to come free, and then we can get down to the connection down there. So let me get a Torx and take that off. All right, so I got that out. That was easy, and it uses a Torx 30 to get that out. So once that's out, now this is off, and now we can go ahead and just pull that pin out. So I'll do that now. All right, so that was successful. So first there's this clip that is on the outside. You separate the sort of wings and then fold it back, and that's how it pops out. Yeah, so that was easy. And then this one here, the actual clip, there's a little release in that channel right there. And I ended up just sticking a small screwdriver down to hit the release and then just wiggled it out. So that comes out pretty easy. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shroud off, and then I think we can get to the mount. So we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so there's where we're reusing the stock bolts. This is the new mount, sat in place now. And I'm just going to, you can move this stuff out of the way in order to slide this bolt up. And I'm going to make sure everything is all nice and squared up. And then I'll tighten these bolts up. And then the mount's in there. It's really solid. These bolts don't have to be super tight. You just want to tighten them up. And then these bolts will come out and slide through these mounts. And that's how the monitor stays on. So the monitor is going to sit a little bit lower, right? It used to sit here. It's going to sit about an inch. Oh, sorry. I wasn't even watching what I was filming. It used to sit directly here. So now it's going to sit down about 1.5 inches and then also have this swivel point. So let me tighten up these bolts and see if I can get that on. Okay, cool. So the mount is now on really solid. And just before we mount it, they do give you little arms that I'm going to install now, so that they have a Velcro, so that the shroud that goes around, the fabric shroud, will Velcro to the side. So let me install that now. Okay, I got those on. That was easy. I guess the only feedback I'd give to Hansshow on their kit is that they've changed this to a 5mm Allen key, where we were using a Torx 30 to take off the original bolts. So why not use a Torx, right? Just so that you have less tools to do the same job. You can't reuse these bolts because there's this washer around there, right? So anyway, that would have been nice. But anyway, good thing I had both of those tools. And okay, so I guess now let's mount it. Right, so I got the cable back in. That was really easy. You can hear it a little tink as it makes the connection. And then I just have the strain relief back on. So now, and I've taken the bolts out of the mount. So now I'm going to slide it in and then slide the bolts up from the bottom. Let me try that. All right, so there we are. Success. It's up. I'll have to look at the footage to see if you can tell if it's any lower or not, but it is. It is a little bit lower. But now you can pull it all the way over. It doesn't hit on the dashboard side. And it doesn't hit on the other way either. So let's move that over, see if you can see. Okay. I haven't put the shroud on yet. I'm just going to show you what it looks like first. I want to see what happens with this cable. It looks fine. Yeah, it just kind of stays there. Okay, so I still got this to do. This sits inside that shroud. It gets Velcro to the shroud, and then it sits back in the same place. So let me do that, and then we'll take one more look. Hey guys, just while we're filming this, I thought I'd show you what I've done. I just wanted to keep that cable, the main harness to your whole screen. I wanted to make sure that there, if you're turning this, that cable's not moving. So what I ended up doing, just for strain relief, and again, this isn't in the instructions, I just decided to do it. I just put a tie wrap through the mount itself and then brought the wiring harness up. So now as you move this back and forth over time, you're not going to get any that cable. There's no strain whatsoever on the connection to the monitor. The connection is way back here now on the zap tie. If you follow me, I don't know if you need it, but it's kind of like, why not, right? So now let me get the shroud on. Right now, here's the sensor in the shroud. And it just kind of sticks out the bottom. I wish that hole was actually smaller. I'm not sure, maybe it's different on the Model Y, and so they had to make it for both. But anyway, now I'm going to put this up, and it looks like they have two different places for the Velcro to sit. So I think you put these Velcro here against there to tuck it up in there. Sorry, I'm not even filming, am I? I think you put these Velcro there to tie it up. And you've got that there, so then they connect with those 2 points. So let me do that. So I think we'll call that job done. It works. It doesn't hit my knee, so I was a bit concerned that it might hit my knee when I'm driving, but it doesn't. It doesn't make any noise. It just kind of swivels on there like it should. And it doesn't hit the dashboard at all, so that's good. And yeah, I don't really know, other than that, I don't really notice any difference. I don't really notice that it's lower than it used to be. Let's see, that still goes up, and I can't really put my phone in there because I'm filming with it, but that doesn't look overly lower. Yeah, I know it is, but it doesn't feel any lower. Anyway, I'm going to use it for a little bit and see how it goes, and maybe I can touch back. But yeah, all done. So that was, oh yeah, one thing. So the only thing I would say about the shroud that I would give Hansshow feedback on is I think it actually fits quite well. But it wraps and Velcros on the passenger side. And I would think, why not make it the driver's side? Because you know what, realistically, you're probably going to angle your screen more towards the driver in general. And if you don't want to see that connection point where they Velcro, put it on the other side, right? Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. It's kind of the same material. It's not the exact same pill, but it's pill, is that what they call it? So yeah, that was a successful installation. I think anybody really can do that. It's quite simple. You do need a, what did we say, a Torx 30. You needed a 5mm Allen key. You needed a 13mm socket, and you needed a 10mm socket. And that was about it. It takes probably maybe 30 minutes to do. It took me about 30 or 40 minutes, but I was stopping to film every once in a while. So I think anybody can do that. And again, it's a good opportunity to take it apart, and you can clean the back and just, get into places that you normally couldn't get. Anyway, I'm really excited. So I think that's great. Again, hey, this is a brand new product for Hansshow, and if you want to do this to your car, I do have my code for 15% off, I think. So anyway, check in the comments or whatever, and you can check, and if you want to get one, save yourself 15%. Anyway, talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.